I'm going to give some advice today about having an effective interview. One of the most important things that I think people drop the ball on sometimes when they're interviewing is that they forget that the questions that they're being asked are being looked at through the eyes of a hiring manager. And what do I mean by that is let's say, for example, I ask you something like, well, what do you know about the job? Well, do you understand, as the person being interviewed, what I'm hoping to hear? And what I'm hoping to hear from you is that you've taken time out of your own personal life to learn what the job's about beyond just the initial job description. That you've spent some time and energy understanding what the main accountabilities will be, what kinds of strengths and weaknesses well, strengths particularly, are going to be important to taking on whatever role is that you're going for. That you have understood, at least in some way, where you're going to fit into the organization or the role, and how you and your particular value system, behavior system, strengths, and that sort of thing, previous experience is going to fit into that role, and not only make it at least as good as it was before I hired anyone, but better, right? That is one of the most important things that you can do, is understand the questions that you're being asked through the eyes of the person that's asking them. Another important thing is to understand that the people that are hiring, the people that are going through the process of doing the interview, they want to feel important themselves, but they need you, or want their potential candidate to understand the importance of the job they're taking on. And it can be from the lowest job, fry cook at McDonald's or something, to an executive in a massive institution. The point is what level of seriousness are you going to take this job in? Is it just the job to you, that you're just trying to fill some time? Is it just a paycheck? Or are they hiring someone who they want to have as a valuable member of whatever organization they're doing, right? So you're working in a warehouse, you're a general laborer. Okay, great. You've got some skills that we can use, namely manpower, and time to invest in the job, and physicality, right? You got to do a job. It could be just lifting crates, it could be driving a forklift, whatever. But do you understand that it's still a valuable piece of whatever company you're going to work for? No one wants to hire someone who doesn't feel like what they're going to do is that important, right? I don't think that you, as a person wanting to apply for a job, want to feel unimportant. So understand that, because you need to play to it in that interview, right? You need to kind of show them that you do consider what you're doing, the very act of interviewing for a job and asking someone to have faith in you and trust you to take on that position within their company or organization, that you will take it seriously, that you will show up to work on time, that you'll do your best, that you won't be stubborn and dig your heels in and screw the dog, you know? That's the whole point. So you got to make people understand that you're taking them and the new role seriously. You've got to look at the questions through their eyes. And I think that it's really important that you make an emotional connection. Show them mentally a picture of what it's going to be like if they hire you. What makes you different than the other 15 candidates that they've got coming through the door or they've already spoken to? What sets you apart? What about your character as a person should I be excited about? Right? If I'm hiring, I want to be excited. I want to come out of that interview and go, wow, that person was amazing. I can't wait to have them on my team. Right? Again, no matter what job you have. When you understand these fundamentals, you walk into a job and you're a different person than you were before, right? Nerves happen, but the whole point is the better you're prepared, the more honest you are about approaching it as a serious opportunity, the more you understand what they're hoping for, and you can align who you are as a person into that role. And when you understand how you're going to fit into that role, it changes the game for you. And even people who are not good interviewers still will find something that resonates with them and sets you apart from the crowd that they're going to deal with. And that's some good advice. I've got a million tips in my last 27 years of leading and coaching and that sort of thing on how to get people promoted. And one of the things that I know about myself and what I do with the Undecided State is that I'm building on a track record of actual experience, right? I have taken people and turned them around from people that were on the brink of getting fired and turned them into valuable employees who actually valued themselves and in their position and managed to get them promoted. I've helped people walk away from a job without getting fired so that they understood that this wasn't the job they were meant to do. And I didn't do it so that I could get something out of it. I did it because I didn't want to be the person that had to fire them. I needed them to understand that they had two paths. The path to become a vibrant employee, not get fired and move on in the career that I can help them with, or the path towards some other part of their destiny, and because this one wasn't one they wanted to work at. So when you're interviewing, you've got to spark that person's hunger and imagination for who you are. What is your brand? How are you going to make them, as a hiring manager, feel like, geez, that was a great decision on our part? That's the key. Anyway, tell me what you think. Leave your comments below. Post me, send me an email, do whatever you want. If you find anything that is of value, please share this with your friends and family that you feel might value from some of the things that I'm doing. Subscribe, of course, click the button below. But at the end of the day, if nothing else, and you've listened to me this far, please take into consideration that you need to approach going for a job differently than you have in the past if you want to nail every single interview. All right, take care, take action, have an amazing day.